Hey, what's up, guys? Coach Mac, Play Fast Football. All right, today we're going to do a little video on some of our passing numbers after the first two games of our season, and we're going to talk about how we do it without a lot of true drop-back pass concepts. Remember to check out our sponsors. JustPlayFB is the digital software tool, the drawing tool that I use to diagram plays. Any webinars I do or anytime I go to clinics, that is the drawing tool that I will use, so check out JustPlayFB. DC1, which is an in-game app that allows you to make on-field in-game adjustments based on live in-game data. Somebody's up in the booth on the app charting the plays that are actually being run, the results, formations, what you called, personnel that they're in, hash mark, all the stuff that you used to kind of maybe do by hand on the sideline is now being charted, put into an app, and you can make live in-game adjustments to make sure that you understand what calls for you are working versus what they're doing, or maybe what calls for you aren't working versus what they're doing, or what adjustments you need to make based off the game plan you had going in. Difference USA, which is the ultimate striking machine. We have one in our weight room. It can go on your squat racks in your weight room. It can go outside on some of your goal posts or sleds, or you can put 2x4s or posts sunk into the ground with cement, and it can go on there. You get thousands of reps on striking and hand placement without needing a partner. You don't need bags. You don't need a med ball. You don't need anybody else with you. So it's a great tool to use because you can get reps on striking, elbows in, thumbs up, all right, hand position, what you want the hips to do. Almost every position on the field is going to strike at some point or another, so why not use a Difference USA? All right, MAXOne, which is an app that allows you to streamline organization, communication, and workouts into one platform, so you can have your practice schedules, your game schedule, your camp schedules, or anything you have going on, your summer workout schedules. You can have it all on there. Then you can message your team through the app, and then you could also have your workouts on there so kids can pull up workouts on their phone. If they're out of town, they can still do workouts. You can chart and see who's doing what workouts. They have leaderboards, so it's a good app to streamline everything as a head coach into one platform. GameStrat, in the description box below, there'll be you'll see a link to take you directly to GameStrat's website. GameStrat is a sideline replay system we use if you're looking for a highly reliable, highly affordable sideline replay system with great customer service and people that are real friendly, that get back to you immediately, always willing to troubleshoot the problems that you have. I recommend that you check out GameStrat. Click on the link below in the description box. It'll take you right to GameStrat's to their website so that you can get information on their systems on their website. And then Dome Hats, which is a major sponsor of Play Fast Football. This is a Play Fast Football hat Dome Hats did for me. Play Fast Football on the back with our logo on the front. All right, fitted flex fit cap. All right, Dome Hats is a company in Jacksonville, Florida, founded by two former Florida Gator football players, guys that have kids that coach themselves, that understand what coaches go through. They have custom and quality hats, beanies, and visors. They got an absolutely outstanding online hat builder, so you can build hats and customize your hats online. All right, and they want to get into every state, every sport, every staff. Everybody uses hats. Big slogan of theirs, and I think it's kind of cool. Every hat has a story. What's yours? So every time you build a hat, there's a reason you're building it, or there's a story behind it, whether it's a football team, a construction company, a restaurant. Doesn't matter what the hat is. Every hat has a story. I think that's a pretty cool slogan, so check out Dome Hats. All right, so through our first two games, we've got some pretty interesting numbers and offensively in the passing game, and we're doing a pretty good job. Quarterback is doing a good job. Receiver's doing a good job kind of understanding the matchups that we're getting, where we want those matchups, and how we dictate those matchups, and then kind of taking advantage of those matchups. But what I want to talk to you a little bit about is how you can throw the ball without having drop-back concepts. Two of the things that are really tough in high school football, in my opinion, is drop-back pass protection, and then having a quarterback that understands the protection system, how to use his feet in the pocket, understanding when he's protected with what backs are in, understanding hot throws that he's got to make. So drop-back protection in high school, in my opinion, can sometimes be very difficult unless you have very talented offensive linemen and a very talented quarterback and backs that can pick up pressures, and you put a lot of time into it. So if you're going to drop back and throw the football, you've got to spend a lot of time doing those things to make sure your protections are right, make sure you understand your protections. Quarterback knowing how many he's got in. Do you have 5-man, 6-man, 7-man protection? Who's accounted for? Who's not accounted for? Do we have built-in hots? What are we going to do with the football if we get pressure? All right, so all of those things mentally, and then the physical skill set for offensive linemen to have to be able to, kick slide, vertical set, post inside, whatever they need to do to have the physical capability with their feet and then their hands and their eyes and their demeanor to be able to punch and hold, all right, a pocket up for a quarterback to throw, all right, is a difficult situation in most high school settings. Now, I'm not going to say all high school settings. There's a lot of teams that drop back, have really good linemen, do a great job teaching it, great job protecting it, all right, but for us, we just happen to be in a situation where it doesn't make a ton of sense. Our quarterback, who won 6 games for us last year, is a 4-year player for me, understands our offense, understands what we want to do, but he's about 5'9" right now currently. So in the pocket, for him, even if we have it protected, he's got to really do a good job manipulating his feet to get throwing lanes to be able to see progressions that are happening down the field, especially over the middle of the field. So especially anything that might be, anything that's mesh or shallow cross or anything that's progressing over the middle of the field, he's really got to manipulate the pocket, if there is a pocket, to be able to find throwing lanes. He's got to be able to find those lanes because at 5'9" he can't see, and then, from the pocket, the launch angle of the ball coming out of his hand is not real high, so that ball's got to get out over hands, over traffic, over linemen. So drop back passing for him, although he's throwing a better ball this year from the pocket when he does have his feet set, his mechanics have gotten a little bit better. As a 4-year player, he should be able to throw from the pocket, but it's just not something he does real well. All right, so I'm going to go through some of our numbers and how we get those numbers and how it's possible in today's game with the way offense has trended towards how I think it's possible to get effective throwing numbers without truly utilizing a ton of drop back concepts. Now, with that being said, we do have 4 to 5 drop back concepts that we carry. We do try and drop back and throw the football, all right, but as I go through that, I'll explain to you where some of our issues are. So far in 2 games, all right, we're 19 for 35 throwing the ball, just over 50%. Would love the completion number to go up a little bit, but that also has a lot to do with the types of passes that we're trying to throw. So in those results, there are some things drawn up that are shot plays, some things drawn up that are maximum protection, trying to push the ball down the field. All right, so I think those numbers are a little bit skewed, but as a coach, I want that completion percentage to be up around 65%, if possible, closer to 70%. So right now, just over 50%. Not really where we want it, but not terrible. All right, we've thrown the ball for 410 yards in 2 games, so we're averaging about 205 yards a game. All right, we threw for like 175 in the first game and then 233 or something like that. So averaging just over 200 yards game passing, which in high school I think is pretty good for the style of offense we run and how we want to attack with our tempo and our run game and our kind of spread philosophy. I think that 205 yards a game for us is pretty good. All right, he's throwing 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's the big key. Very efficient with the ball. 5 touchdowns in 2 games is pretty good in high school for the amount of times that we throw the ball. We've only thrown the ball, all right, 35 times. So 1 out of every 7 attempts is a touchdown, and 1 out of every 4 completions. We've only completed 19 passes, and we've thrown 5 touchdowns. So just about 1 out of every 4 completions is a touchdown. So pretty efficient with the ball. Problem is we've been sacked 5 times, and in those 5 times that we've been sacked, probably 3 of those have been drop back pass game calls. 2 of those, I think, were max protection, 7-man protection, play action shots down the field. So we are having some issues keeping the quarterback on his feet in the pocket. So we're having to do some other things to alleviate that, whether it be quick game or using more max protection or moving the pocket and getting him outside the pocket because we are having a hard time. That is not very good. When you throw the ball 35 times, we are, 5 touchdowns, 5 sacks. That means that once every 7 passing attempts we're scoring a touchdown, but once every 7 passing attempts we're getting sacked. All right, which leads to negative rushing yards. It's had a big impact on field position. So that's one of the things that we have to be able to understand. We've got to do a better job with protecting the quarterback, how we protect the quarterback, the things that we do to protect the quarterback, and then just, in general, working on better pass protection skills with our O-line. All right, how do we get this done? All right, in our offense, we use RPOs. All right, we use quick game, boots and waggles, play action. That's the majority of our passing game. That's the majority of our 19 completions. That's the majority of our 410 yards, our 5 touchdowns, or those things right there. All right, so we have RPOs built into our run game, so we do a pretty good job reading those depending on the fronts that we're getting. Quarterback does a pretty good job reading the extra 7th, 8th defender and finding out where the free hitter is getting into the box and the area that he's vacating or the void that he's leaving for us to throw the ball, so we do a good job with our RPOs. Built into the RPOs, we have quick game access throws where if we don't like the box, our quarterback can choose to throw quick game based on the look that he's seeing to our backside of our run game. We didn't do a real good job of it in the first game. I thought the team we played did a good job taking some things away from us, and I thought we did a poor job at the quarterback position, understanding the box count, understanding the runs that weren't there, and then understanding coverage that we were given in certain situations to be able to take easy throws and put us in more manageable downs. So we've got to do a better job with that. All right, we still throw a quick game even though we're an RPO team. We still throw quick game combinations. We have probably 4 quick game combinations that we like. It's nothing real complicated. I think the good thing that we do that a lot of other people do, I'm not going to say it's something that we do. It's something that a lot of people do, but we have different concepts in our quick game built to each side. So our quarterback has he's got coverage beaters. So we talk about hard coverage and we talk about soft coverage. And so when we call certain concepts to the front side, quarterback knows the routes he's got on the back side. If we get hard coverage on the front side, and we've always got a hard beater on one side, a soft beater on the other side, and then we try to match those up based on tendencies and down and distance and what the defense has given us so that we know we've got the route concepts called to the proper side. So try to give our quarterback in quick game as much freedom as possible to understand where we want the ball to go. He knows where we want to go front side, but if they take those concepts away front side, he knows that he should have some potential beaters on the back side to alleviate that situation. So we still do carry quick game. I know a lot of teams now that have gone into the RPO world have eliminated quick game from their arsenal because they feel like the RPOs becomes a version of their quick game. We still carry quick game. All right, boots and waggles, however you want to look at it. Most of our stuff is naked. We don't pull linemen out in front. We may use a back to seal the edge here or there, but most of the stuff we do is off of some type of run action and then some type of waggle or boot naked away from that. All right, it's been pretty good to us out of a certain formation we have this year. It's been pretty good to us. We've thrown 2 touchdowns out of it, I think, and then we've also thrown 2 other balls that have gotten us into good situations from our boot and waggle package. So it's been really good to us this year. All right, and then play action stuff we always have. We are a big jet sweep, perimeter run team, jet read, power read, getting the ball to the flank. This year we've used a few more compressed formations than we have in the past. So we are a big jet sweep team, getting the ball out to the flank. So off of that jet sweep, we have a lot of play actions built in where we have 7-man protection and 3 guys in a route trying to hit balls down the field, trying to take shots over people's heads off of that jet sweep game based on rotation of secondary, how you're playing some of the compressed sets. So play actions have been very good to us as well. And an interesting thing for us is in 2 games, we have 3 receivers over 100 yards. I think that's pretty good in high school football. I think anytime you have 3 receivers over 100 yards, now your kids at different positions understand that they can get the football. Your skills are excited to play because they understand that they can get the football. When you're talking to younger kids in your JV program about understanding the offense, showing them the statistics that say, hey guys, look, understand on JV right now we may be struggling to do certain things, all right, because of the skill level or the learning level of football that you're at right now. But if you watch us play on varsity, you'll see that there's 3 receivers that have over 100 yards in just 2 games. So anytime you can have 3 receivers in high school over 100 yards receiving in the first 2 games, I think that's pretty important because it talks volumes to your kids about the different ways we have to get different people the ball in our offense, and it gets those skills to want to continue playing those positions, and it gets us to be able to talk kids into playing slot receiver or X receiver or Z receiver or even a tailback who has over 100 yards, based on lining up in the slot, getting the tailback to understand how to be in one back set. So that's a big number for us for a lot of reasons. It helps us get kids to play certain positions. It helps us get kids to understand that you will have a chance to be successful in this offense when we do it correctly. All right. It also is big because defense can't really focus on 1 or 2 players. If you have 3 receivers that have over 100 yards receiving, then they've got to be able to handle all 3 of those receivers. So I think those are pretty good numbers for the first two weeks. We are 1-1. Lost to a very good larger classification team week 1. I think that team's going to win a lot of football games and make a playoff run. They are very talented, very well coached. So no shame in losing that game week 1. We were able to throw for 175, and we scored 21 points in that game. They were missing a few players to injury and suspensions and some other things, so you know, we had some opportunities based on some issues that they had, but still versus the largest classification school in our state, for us as a 5A team playing an 8A team, we had some pretty good results. And then this past week, we won a tough game, 29-21. Did a lot of great things on offense. Had 470 yards of offense, threw for 235 yards. So, you know, all in all, in the passing game, doing some really good things. First 2 weeks, got to continue. Last year, we got off to a good start in the passing game, and then we tapered off towards the end. So we got to keep building on the things we're doing. We got to get better at what we're doing. Quarterback's got to get his completion percentage up. All right, we've got to do a better job with the O-line protecting, and we've got to continue to spread the ball and diversify our offense so that they can't take away one or two players. All right, remember that the first Play Fast Football Clinic is coming up in January 24th, 25th, 26th, 2020. All right, remember to check that out. You can go to www.playfastfbclinic.com. Again, www.playfastfbclinic.com. Check out the website. Gives you information on registering. Gives you information on the hotel, the main hotel, the Embassy Suites, where we are having the clinic. Is an awesome place to stay. If you stay at the Embassy Suites, you get made-to-order breakfast, 2-hour happy hour every day. We are providing a social Friday night. We are providing a lunch Saturday. So all in all, I think it's going to be a great clinic. Check out that website. Check out the registration page. Check out the hotel page. And if you're interested as a business, being a vendor at the site, check out that as well. It's all up there. We have, I believe, 4 speakers listed already, and I'm about to release a 5th speaker sometime in the next day or two. So stay tuned and ready for that. Appreciate everything you guys do. Remember to click the like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you know when we do videos. Remember, you won't play well until you play fast. I'll see you guys next time.